Checking 1, 2. Testing, testing 1, 2, 3. Checking the volume 1, 2, 3, 4. Check, check 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Checking 1, 2. Checking, checking 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing volume on microphone 1, 2, 3, 4. Check, check 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing, testing, testing 1, 2. Check, check, check 1, 2, 3. Test, test 1, 2, 3, 4. Checking, checking 1, 2, 3. Checking 1, 2. Test, test 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Check, check 1, 2. Testing, testing 1, 2, 3. Cool. Check, check 1, 2, 3, 4.
Check, check, testing, testing, testicles. 1, 2, 3. Check, 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 check. Do you hear the buzzing? Yeah. Let me check this.
We'll see how many I can get there.
Check, check.
I mean, the end of it all is not the worst thing in the world.
Now I just hear ambient noise.
Okay. How about now? I think that was his unplugging and plugging back in. 1, 2, 3. Check, check.
I'll check back in.
Yes. Yes.
Closer. Make a habit of cleaning everything before I plug it in.
So at the end, they have a key, like with their trainer and what was their name. So you don't even have to get
looks like he's having
So put your best face on, everybody pretend you know this song. Everybody come hang. Let's go out with a bang.
I thought we could. everything's up in time and not stressing.
Yeah, and the weather's nice.
Then the weather's nice.
Everything's cooperating.
Yes.
So something's gonna go wrong.
Knock on wood.
Something's gonna happen. Cars gonna, we're gonna be like drag racing on the road.
sure you send me your Venmo
Yes.
and your.
Is that so? Because I think
So
for NPSL, it's like
So,
through the club, right?
So NPSL West Conference with Westchester United Soccer Club. This will be billed through an invoice to Penn Fusion.
Okay.
As is billed
NPSL.
that would be Venmo through Blaze.
Gotcha.
It's different. So because this team is basically owned by Penn Fusion.
Okay.
Our USL2 team and our NPSL East team, WC Predators, are owned by Blaze.
Okay.
So that's a different billing. So we can do different Venmo. So,
Got you.
So last night I need Venmo. Tonight we'll need your. I mean, you might just want to wait till the end of the season.
Yeah. I probably
And
will.
put together just a quick invoice on a Word document or whatever, and you can forward it to me. And then usually what they'll do is they'll cut you a check. They'll mail to you, and you'll actually have to deposit a check.
That's fine.
Do you know how to do that?
I do actually. I do it on my phone.
I know.
Yeah.
I showed my dad that. He was like,
Incredible.
I know. I'm like, yeah, you don't have to leave the house ever for anything.
I was trying to cash savings bonds that my grandparents got when I was born, and my bank didn't do it. Like no one near me would do it, so I had to. I don't even know if they got. I have to. It's a good thing to point. I have to check in on that, but I mailed them to the treasury.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because my wife, she's got a couple. She's got one that matured last year, but it's under her maiden name. So we have to dig up the marriage certificate and all that stuff.
Proof of
Because it says Takis as opposed to D'Ambrosio. So.
My one's from the year 2000, and it spells my name Nicolos, with 2 O's. I'm like, is that gonna make this an issue when I turn this in?
I know. We're running a little early, just so you know.
That works fine for me. No problem here.
Actually scored tonight. Just so you know, Ridge is on a 3-game score. Ridge is on a 3-game skid. Somebody give him a fucking
Ridge is 30 in the APSL. And he's been injured for a quarter of the year.
It sticks in my ear.
luck, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kildare's Field for this NPSL Keystone Conference West matchup between PA Classics and your Westchester United. And now the starting 11 for PA Classics. In goal, number 1, Chase Collins. Defender, number 3, Josh Collins. Defender number 4, Chris Glennie. Defender number 16, Sam Bennett. Defender number 2, Bennett Wahibe. In midfield, number 13, Drew Nice. In midfield, number 8, Levi Christie. In midfield, number 7, Mikey Chiha. In midfield, number 14, Cohen Weaver. In midfield, number 18, Christian McKillen. And at striker, number 9, Cole McAvoy. And now, your starting 11 for Westchester United. In goal, number 99, Tino Canice. Defender, number 11, Chaz Wilson. Defender, number 14, Amit Bogle. Defender, number 12, Luca Mellor. Defender, number 3, Tanner Brentlinger. In midfield, number 24, Drew Warren. In midfield, number 9, Owen Slack. In midfield, number 27, Sean Tanaka. In midfield, number 26, Connor Krejcik. And at striker, number 8, Ayub Mohu. And your captain, at striker, number 10, Ridge Robinson. Your game officials for tonight, the referee, Ali El-Khatib, assisted by Elena Delfina and Inga Marriage. The fourth official, Brianna Dick, and our trainer, Joe Lopez.
Hey, Joe. Get some Joe.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise for our national anthem.
battle that always produces some excellent talent. Last season saw Westchester United beat PA Classics 2-0 in the first matchup, 2-2 in the second one, which means there should be some goals, there should be some entertainment, and certainly another fun one here tonight in Westchester, PA. Glad to have you with us, Christian Taylor. It's Westchester in the gray, PA Classics in the navy. They're going from right to left. Westchester left to right on a chilly evening here in late May in eastern PA. Starts with Westchester, and off we go to the starters in just a moment. And of course, Westchester United were the winners of the Keystone West last year with their overall points of 26. They defeated Electric City in the final, thus advanced on to the NPSL Regionals, where they lost at Widener University to New York Shockers in a rain-delayed night, but already a good start to the season for this team. 2-0 to start overall conference play. So far, a 4-2 win against Philadelphia Ukrainian Nationals. 2 wins, really, 4-2 and 6-0 in just a span of a few days. And that's where things stand so far. PA Classics 2-0 win against Hershey back on the 17th. And they're at it again here just about a week later. A slightly different squad. Definitely some returners from that last game as well. But Seamus Donnelly bringing out a good squad here tonight as PA Classics look to bring forward opportunity for Josh Collins, as that is hit behind and well deflected off of him and out for a goal kick. Starters, firstly for Westchester United, Blaise Santangelo, the head coach, going in a 4-4-2 here tonight. Tino Canais is in goal. Backline of Chaz Wilson, Ahmed Bogle, Luca Mellor, and Tanner Brentlinger. Field up with Slack, Drew Warren, Sean Tanaka, Connor Krasik. And the 2 attackers of Ridge Robinson and Ayub Muhu. Guys who could create just a little bit of drama up top. As Tanaka has an idea towards Muhu as it's trapped down by Chris Glennie. It's out for a corner kick early for Westchester. It's 2 minutes in. The corner kick taker is Ayub Muhu, standing at 6 feet tall. I played over at Montgomery County Community College back in 2018. It's been a usual staple of this Westchester program, and he's playing role as the in-swinger here from this right side. Sent in, Bogle was in the area. A quick look for Chaz Wilson, and the keeper and Chase Collins has it in his arms. As the referee will look to take things back here. It'll just be a drop ball after that recent involvement. As it looks like it hit the referee, so that's why the drop ball. And will favor PA Classics as they'll just kick it back to Westchester. Here's how PA Classics line up. About a 4-2-3-1 here tonight. Chase Collins in goal, Josh Collins left back, Chris Glennie, Sam Bennett. Is how the back line sorts out. And you got a few defensive misses. That one wasn't too far away for Ridge Robinson. Drew Nice, Levi Christie as those defensive mids. And Michael Cheehock, Connor Weaver, Kristen McGillen. There are attacking mids with Cole McAvoy up top. Settled down here by PA Classics as they'll look to enjoy a decent spell of possession. And Muhu nearly jumping on the opportunity, but now it's a weave through and an opportunity for Weaver. Drops right into the path of Chiha, and it's delivered out by Westchester, who are able to swarm enough. As Chris Glennie claws off everybody here. He's a freshman out of New Hampshire. Out of a really talented conference, a conference that is maybe now getting the recognition it deserves, the America East. Certainly after Vermont won the national title. New Hampshire, a team who really turned a lot of heads in recent years. They've been nationally ranked before. And they've made some pretty deep runs in their own right. And Chris Glennie is a part of that program now. This is Bogle. It's a few years removed from college. First fall this year without collegiate action. He finished up his career over at Mount St. Mary's, starting at Alvernia. Quick one-timer hit by Tanner Brentlinger. And into the pathway of Chase Collins, who tries to get it out. He does. Westchester, they love to add a little bit of pressure, and that's what they're doing here. Ridge Robinson, who can run for a bit. With the pressure, deep it goes. Jazz Wilson playing a role as left back here tonight. I had an idea. Been able to see him play up top quite a bit in his Westchester career, but Blaise Santangelo has opted for him to role of left back to start tonight. Now it's Josh Collins, already been involved in the early stages. Just a little over 5 in. Collins goes low, shouts for handball. Cole McAvoy back to his feet. It's a goal kick for Westchester. That's 6-0 win for the Predators against the Yukies just a few days ago. A lot of impressive goals. August Ginley, Connor Krasik had one. Owen Slack had a brace. Matthew Lohr had one off the bench. Ryan Kugler did as well. It's just a really dominant performance in the end. And the first performance of the season, as we mentioned, the 4-2 win against the Yukies as well. Saw Westchester getting some goals from August Axman, Connor Krasik, another, Sean Tanaka, and Zane Akhtar. All mostly players who are given the nod here tonight. Meanwhile, for PA Classic, so it's been a week since they've played. Got some goals from Christian McGillen, as well as Jeter Cardona off the bench. Cardona not a member of tonight's squad, put together by Seamus Donnelly. Christian McGillen is a sophomore out of LaSalle. So really yet to mention his name, as Josh Collins has been seeing a little bit of the action. He nearly closed down by Slack, and it's well defended. It's an excellent veteran center back duo of Mellor and Bogle. And two guys who have spent numerous years here at Westchester. Amit Bogle has returned. He was a member of Reading United for a little bit after being a Westchester man. Some communication just to make sure that Slack did his job. Just down the road, playing his college ball over at Westchester University. Just won at second straight PSAC first team all-conference selection. That's a really good conference, the PSAC. They're in Division II. And that is a conference well represented here tonight. But only for both of these two teams, you see some East Stroudsburg, some Bloomsburgs, and more. Shout here for Glennie to try and pick up the pace a little bit. And Levi Christie had his back turned, and it's nearly won back by Tanaka, who comes up limping after the challenge, as he may need to be tended to. And he still is yet to get up. And it forces the center official to ask him a couple questions, and looks like they will bring out the trainer. That's certainly a worrying sign. Sean Tanaka just finished up his first year at Juniata out of Division III. He started all 22 this season. Finished with 29 points, which was tied for second most in a Juniata single season. 12 goals, 7 of them were game winners as well. 5 assists, and that's a really tough landmark conference. A landmark conference that was won by Catholic. Jodiana certainly being one of the better teams in the nation as well. Blaise Santangelo out there on the pitch just to tend to the youngster out of Tokyo, Japan. And there's a possibility that Blaise Santangelo has to go to his bench a little bit earlier than what he would have wanted. And Tanaka hobbles off. He may just ask both trainer and Tanaka how they feel about re-entering here. You know, Tanaka, just the player he is, he'll want to continue, but obviously his health and concern is very true and very much a priority, especially with landmark play beginning in a few months. So as of right now, Westchester are down to 10. There's a status on Tanaka still a little unknown. And we'll tend to him as much as possible. He is a quickster, that's for sure. And they can really use that pace up top here tonight. Ridge Robinson has a little bit of that too. That's Levi Christie. Does really well under pressure. Really good defensive mid-man who defends awfully well. Glad you're with us here tonight. About 10 minutes in here at Kildare's Turf Field in beautiful Westchester, PA. Finding Josh Collins now, PA Classics, trying to build things up a little bit. Drew Nice, that's one of those PSAC men out of East Stroudsburg, finished up his freshman campaign. Sam Bennett, who has that experience for sure. Lobbed in here and well dealt with by Brentlinger. Christie, things resume. McGillen, oh, he was unable to steer it past Muhu. Westchester looking to build up this attack here. And it falls just a little flat. Although Owen Slack picking it back up. Booted deep here. Here's the idea for Muhu. Looks up into the air. Feels the contact from Bennett, who doesn't deal with it perfectly the first time around, but takes care of business. And a quick turn. Well done by Cohen Weaver. Chia right back into the pathway of Slack, who has been just about everywhere so far. And he's feeling the pressure of Cole McAvoy behind him. McAvoy just finished up a sophomore year at Loyola down in Baltimore. A team that's just about underperformed this year. Luca Mellor battling with Cohen Weaver, and the foul against the junior from Bucknell. As the veteran stalwart defender able to get his team into a good spot here. Elsewhere, Sean Tanaka back to his feet, but cleat off his right foot, and that's a sign that looks like his day may be done. After game-wise, 13 minutes, but overall playing-wise, about 8 minutes. Lands into the lap of Brentlinger, and it's hurried back in by Slack. Collins with the hit over his head, back to Slack. He goes with the outside of his boot, and it's out for a goal kick. So it is confirmed. A new man in will be Ryan Kugler, who we mentioned has already scored this season. Sophomore out of Catholic, who has gone up against Tanaka this season. Of course, you hope for the best for Tanaka. Just a really exciting player. Just unable to make that impact that he would have wanted here tonight. A throw-in coming for Westchester up the right side, but before that, the change to be made. Ryan Kugler entering.
I need something smaller than that, though, too, but I appreciate you. No, I'm good.
Decent idea for a first touch by Christian McGillen. It's not converted. Drew Warren involved in the mix.
Number 27.
And now PA Classics looking to make the break the other way. It's McAvoy who goes low, just across. And maybe the best look of the game so far by either side. Belong to the D1 man out of Loyola in McAvoy. He's really looking for a pickup in his game too. He made a decent step from year 1 to 2 there with the Greyhounds after just 2 games in his freshman year, missing the rest of the year for injuries. Picked up 11 appearances this year, 164 minutes. He's got just a real good knack for the ball. Good understanding of just what's asked of him up top. He asks the questions. And here he is. McAvoy with Wilson in front of him. Definitely a little bit of an age gap there between the two. Bennett. Nice. Bennett again. And nobody crashing in. Gives him some time to think about this and some players to show. Well, it was Drew Nice that time. 15 minutes gone. The field. Josh Collins, excellent Chester. With Brettlinger on him. Just to steer around him. Decent idea coming for Weaver. But a whistle for offside. Not much to report so far between these two teams. Just one really good shot by Cole McAvoy is the difference, as well as the injury to Tanaka. Since been replaced by Ryan Kugler. Chester, PA native. Muhu, after just taking a wrap off his leg, converts a pass. Looking to keep his pressure on. Levi Christie already seeing just how good he can be as a defensive mid. Bogle finding Meller. Pressured hard by McAvoy. Deep for Muhu. Quick one touch. It's Kugler with one of his first involvements of the game. Rolls out for a PA Classics throw. PA Classics, well, they're known to develop some significant talent. Certainly one of the top programs in Central PA and in the Lancaster area. Of course, very much known for being the club that the great Christian Pulisic played at. And he is a true test of what type of talent can come out of this and come out of this team. And really, once they announced that they're going to be able to bring in an NPSL team, it changed just a lot of different things too. Just give another option, another outlet for some of these collegiate athletes to continue to play in the summer. And at this NPSL level, and seeing them compete, they finished on 19 points last year, which is good for third overall. As we mentioned, Westchester were the team who made it out of this conference, but PA Classics were certainly making a lot of noise last year, and they've already won their first game of the year. Muhu really adding a little bit of pressure. Glennie. Now Bennett. He's a junior out of Duquesne. Starting his career over at Indiana. Had a redshirt freshman season in 2021 where he did appear once for the Hoosiers. As Indiana finished as the College Cup runner-up. Then in 2022. Chase Collins as the freshman out of West Virginia. By way of Harrisburg, PA. Looks to boot here. He redshirted this year with the Mountaineers. Got some good talent around him there. And well deflected out. Another excellent bit of effort by Cohen Weaver, who's already impressed so far tonight, at least the work ethic. As we've reached the 20th minute here in Westchester. A good idea into the centers. Kugler nearly hit the deck. Oh, concentration to find Luca Meller. Meller keeps his head up field. There's a shout for him. And Ridge Robinson, who leaps out of his shoes to head it. Bennett with some talks with his goalkeeper. Collins, a tad askew, but still enough to boot that ball into the midway line. Shoulder to shoulder it goes. Now Drew Nice, freshman out of East Stroudsburg. PSAC East Freshman of the Year. Third Warrior in history to do it. Muhu with the pressure, and it's a throw-in for PA Classics up the left side. As the sun beginning to shine here. Trademark sun in the eyes here at Kildare's. Tino Canais. Really neither keeper been drafted too much into action. Just a few pass backs, and that's been about it. Game's been kept just about here in the middle. Great by Drew Warren, header, and now Kugler boots it deep. Sam Beck, happy to receive one here. That will be the question, of course, which team is going to blink first. As we mentioned, the last couple battles between these two teams have seen some goals. Westchester with a 2-0 win last year, and then 2-2 later on in the season. It was quite a bit of time between the two battles, as both teams were definitely a little bit different by that time of the season. Ridge Robinson's found it. He goes down to the turf, tries to play it from there. Michael Chiha able to respond, nearly putting Westchester into a good spot. Collins goes out, and there's Canais all the way out. 22 minutes gone. Room to maneuver so far. McAvoy ducks out of the way as the chaser comes from Robinson. Look at him, just trying to add a little bit here, and all of a sudden he's found the ball and nearly curled it in. Just across the goal mouth. Brief bit of miscommunication between Glennie and Collins as it bounced off the hands of the goalkeeper, and Robinson nearly made them pay. Head coach Blaise Santangelo had some words for Ridge Robinson before the game, saying that he was due for a goal and he nearly got it there. Just had to direct it a little bit more. That angle awfully tough. But still, maybe the best chance of the game so far. Ridge Robinson is a veteran, and then some. Always adding a bit of expertise up there. Graduated from Coastal Carolina back in 2014. 47 games in his shot to clears career. And as a senior, that was a defense of his. Ranked 39th in the nation. 0.85 goals against average. 9 shutouts that year. And it also shows his versatility. He can play as an outside back. Oh, but he can play a good, mean forward role. Outside for Muhu, who's dropped a little bit. And really likes to play in that spot. Decent idea towards the other end. Well dealt with just to start. A couple shoves off the ball. Chiha comes in to try and welcome this one. Sprentlinger looks to shepherd it somewhere, and he does indeed to Muhu. That's Weaver who brings it out of the air. Weaver with some quick footwork, dispossessed by Muhu. Kugler nearly got to it. And back into this setting sun sky in Westchester. McAvoy, oh, he thought he had his teammate in Christian McGillen. And it was an attack that was just cut short. Muhu. Brentlinger, now Robinson, chests down, dealt with nicely. Out by Josh Collins. He hails from Harrisburg. He's a current Liberty student, does not play on the team there, but this one won back by Weaver. And now PA Classics an opportunity, but Luca Mellor had other ideas. Brilliant piece of defending in the end, didn't have to worry. I know this could be a worrisome moment for PA Classics. Thumps off the thigh of Collins and out for what should be a corner kick for Westchester. Should be a Muhu corner as we have played 25 minutes in this first half. As we're still in May for these young seasons here for Westchester. Both the NPSL, both teams in the NPSL as well as USL League 2. Wilson on the back end, just out of the reach of Connor Krasik, junior from Alvernia. And it's a decent idea. Muhu just a little too far as he tracked back for it. So it is a restart for PA Classics. PA Classics, again, coached by Seamus Donnelly. And he certainly knows how to develop the talent, but does such a great job of picking up his lineups as a team that has competed so far tonight, and certainly using a lot of siblings too. Just a lot of families just grow up with this program, and they make it their home. And that's just a really big testament to just what type of team and organization that PA Classics are. Oh, excellent move by Collins. Brentlinger out of his shoes. Collins still running in on this. The sliding attempt by Warren. Collins stays on his feet, keeps it in the corner. Just enough to fizzle it out towards Weaver. Decent track back. Weaver will take one on, always curling. And not too bad of an effort in the end by the junior. Started his career over at Penn State. He had played in 18 games in 2 seasons, 184 total minutes, but transferred to Bucknell this year, where he started 16 of 20. And was able to score a goal, get an assist as well. 27 minutes gone. Muhu had some help from his teammates, just knowing somebody was in behind him. They're going for PA Classics. It's been a nearly uneventful opening half. Ridge Robinson, he's had the best look of the game so far with his open net chance after the miss by Chase Collins back there. Nearly threaded through now. Opportunity for Kugler to try and turn in on this, and Muhu maybe the intended target. A nudge by Drew Nice. So a restart for Westchester. Still a distance outside the penalty area, but enough to at least set up a really good attempt. Ahmet Bogle, it's his to look at here. Two guys in the wall. Bogle queuing up. Looks like he's going to go for goal, and not too bad of an effort in the end, but Chase Collins in the right spot. That's very much a part of Ahmet Bogle's game. Had a couple of goals in his senior campaign with Mount St. Mary's. And really that year he proved to be so irreplaceable. He really did not taken off the field much. That was the last year of Coach Cunningham there at Mount St. Mary's, before Coach Deach has now stepped in. A Mount St. Mary's team this year that just made the postseason, scratched in, lost to Iona. Champions. Mount St. Mary, very much a program represented by both of these two sides, but definitely PA Classics. Certainly the likes of Bobby Marsteller has stepped foot in here. "30 minutes gone. Looks to dial one in. Just kicked out here. Weaver. PA Classics now knocking on the door. Threaded towards the right side. Decently challenged. In it goes. One-timer on the way. And McAvoy with the two best chances of the game for PA Classics. He's scratching for that goal. Now Westchester trying to build up the attack. What a really good read that was by Glennie. Steps in front of Robin. Just looking to pressure up a little bit. How nice. Nearly intercepted by Muhu. Boy, both Muhu and Robinson have been running their races so far today. Same could be said about Connor Krasik up top. And Ryan Kugler, who has since come in for Tanaka after about 12 minutes. Vogel needing to play this one correctly, and he does, as Tino Canais helps him out. Junior out of LaSalle. And look out for a moment, Collins adding the ideas there. Really making things difficult to judge. That's Meller for Brentlinger. That's just a really good mix tonight of both D1 and D2. That the talent streams through all levels of the NCAA, and can even go a little bit deeper. There have been some community college and NAIA and more. Back to the center for Robinson. In support is Kugler. He'll slide down as he lost the handle of the ball. And Sam Bennett tracks over the corner just ahead of everybody else. Fizzled ball. Mellor in acres of space. Allows one to settle in front of him. Let's see what he opts to do. Brentlinger's in a little bit of space. He'll look to cross it in, and he did not get the good touch on it. Ball floated up on him last moment. Now still no score between these two teams. Glad you're with us here tonight. 33 minutes gone. Here, Kildare's. They're in Westchester, PA. And it's turning very much into a chilly evening. Weather hasn't quite gotten to its full warmth yet, as we're still in the final stages of spring. Owen Slack off of his foot. And Cole McAvoy unable to chase up to it down the sideline. Enough of a shield there. Brentlinger still a little frustrated with that recent cross, but he's trying to go back into it as he kicks it off. McAvoy, Brentlinger's arms around him, and the referee saw that one awfully clearly. Though it's a free kick start up here for Josh Collins. He's going to set this down. I've seen the excellent ball that he can deliver in. He's going to try and do something like that here. You mentioned he's a current Liberty student. He played, or at least was a member of the Bowling Green soccer program back in 2023. Did not play, but certainly was a part of that squad there. Brought down. PA Classic still looking for the low cross. Pretty decent idea in the end. Rolled off here. Back into the center. And just intercepted is Westchester. Closing the door. Collins just out. Skied into the air. Not down. Ridge Robinson looking into the air. Just gets a touch to it. Sticks around. And looks like they're calling a dangerous challenge on Westchester. Foul going against Kugler. Nothing too much to report here between these two teams. No goals exchanged, just a few chances. Cole McAvoy with the looks for PA Classics, and Rich Robinson just missing one across the face of goal. After what was a brief misplay by Glennie and Collins, and that was about it. Right, flashed into the center of the park. Recovered now, Muhu. Westchester looking to get in, and Robinson wasn't expecting it, but Glennie was. Back towards Bennett. It's allowing this traffic to develop. Taking his time. Squirts it out to the right side. Let's see what they can do. Try and scorch up another attack. Taking things awfully calm here. Chaz Wilson stepping in front. Angled for McAvoy, and he doesn't quite track it before it leaves play. 37 minutes gone. This night is really falling here. Brentlinger, decent idea for Mo. That's lost. As he tries to recover on this here. Brentlinger does indeed do that. Just tries to stay on his feet as he's dragged by Levi Christie and Westchester. See how quickly they try to go about things, but that was Owen Slack who is now being directed just a little bit closer. Let's see what type of expedition this ball takes into the box. As halftime isn't too far away here. 0-0. Westchester sent it up their guys. All but about 3 in. 2 in that wall for PA Classic. Slack. Here's his delivery, and Bennett down to his stomach, makes the contact, and it's out for a throw. Now Slack had the idea, but they'll give it to the outside back in Brentlinger. Finish off a sophomore year over at Tiffin. They're in the state of Ohio. 18 or 15 games played this year, 8 starts. And those 8 starts were the final 8 of the season for Slack. Just built and built and built as the season continued on. And now PA Classics looking to build up a little bit of an attack. It's McGillen out to the right side. McAvoy with his opportunity, and it's a foot save by Kanice. McAvoy, he has been the energy man up top. Christian McGillen helping start up the attack, showing why he is such an option too. Brought down by Collins. This game all of a sudden picking up just a little bit of pace. PA Classics feeling that they're knocking on the door more frequently. Now Westchester to try and respond. Muhu up the right. That's the stuff he's been given here. Looks to angle and Muhu unable to rotate. Oh, now he does. Slithers through, and it's a corner kick. And Christie feeling the contact up top as play continued, and a corner kick coming for Westchester. About 5 minutes plus stoppage time before the halftime break. Now Westchester have been able to get a few corners tonight. Haven't been able to convert yet, but they've all come from this end, from this right side. Ayub Muhu. This one's hit low and one that he'd like back. Throwing again. Tanner Brentlinger tracking over to this. Some communication from the goaltender and Tino Canais. Started 10 games this season with the Explorers of LaSalle. PA Classics close the door. Michael Chiha and his teammates with Canais over at LaSalle. For Christie and now McGillen, who is now playing on this left side, and Brentlinger sticks out the right foot. No score. Not too far from halftime. Spiraling ball, Mellor just on McAvoy. And it rolls out again. Throw for Westchester. Looking to make that final inclusion. And maybe just break through before halftime. Wilson's found it. Hailing from Westchester, PA himself, Chaz Wilson. One-timer on the way. Not too bad of a look by Connor Krasik. We mentioned has already scored this year. Junior out of Alvernia. Second team All-MAC Commonwealth forward this year. As he started 21 of 23 with the Golden Wolves this year. Fourth on the team in minutes. This is his third straight year with over 1,000 minutes played. He is an athlete and a half. Too early of a jump there, but PA Classic still just about have it managed. Before Ridge Robinson stuck out his right foot. He still sticks with it, but he is the last one to touch. Chris Glennie ranging over. Now about 3 minutes to go before halftime, plus stoppage time. Team PA Classics and Westchester United. This Sunday evening. Deep it goes. How about the reach by Josh Collins? It just skipped over his head. Robinson was kept in the midst of three PA Classics. Looking to continue the run here. McGillen. Wilson tracks back and out for a goal kick. Luca Mellor able to dispose of it just off of the opposition. Well, for the halftime chats, certainly be a curious fact on which coach may be the happier of the two. Obviously some things that both coaches want to see a little bit more of, but potentially keeping clean sheets in the first half. Booted up. The chase for Josh Collins. Collins up the left side. Brentlinger closes the door. His number counterpart and him have been able to really put up a nice battle up this left flank. And corner kick for PA Classics just under a minute before halftime. Now Collins to deliver in as the outswinger. Clubs it in. Mellor first to respond. McGillen stopped well by Mellor. And here comes his run. Mellor continuing to go as the center back. Going up against Bennett here. Needing a little bit of help. He's found it. Kugler. Mellor to cross. In it goes. Backside. Just whistles off. An opportunity. Oh, it's a goal line clearance. After what surely would have been the opener for Westchester. It's out for a corner. Bennett Wahibe right on the doorstep. Heading it out. 45 minutes played.
The fourth official has indicated there will be a minimum of 1 added minute.
Just 1 minute added on here before halftime. What a chance that was. Comes in again into the mix. Bennett there. And completely out of play it goes. They're going to need another ball here. We're going to try and do this as quick as possible here. This may be just about one of the final kicks of this first half. Booted again, spinning into the mix, pinballing around Robinson. Out for Muhu with the left foot and into the safe arms of Chase Collins. And that will conclude the first half. A little bit of energy there towards the end and a really good chance for Westchester that was just cleared off the line. That surely would have made it 1-0. Otherwise, not too much to really report through the first 45 minutes so far of this battle. But there's been a lot of entertaining moments and excellent play so far. We'll take a breather through 45 minutes of play here at Kildare's Turf Field. It is Westchester 0, PA Classics 0.
At the half, no score between PA Classics and Westchester United.
field trip almost when I come up here because I don't come up here much. But
Drivers are great. Oh, yeah.
I mean, going back. During the start of the second half here in Westchester, PA Classics 0, Westchester United 0. Glad you're with us. I'm Christian Taylor. So a few chances in that first half, but that is just about all to report besides a Tanaka injury for Westchester. And he has been replaced by Ryan Kugler, which was something that had happened about 10 minutes into this game. But now the second half has started up. It doesn't really look like there's really anything else to report in terms of changes, except for now the team switch sides as PA Classics are in the navy going from left to right, Westchester in the gray, right to left. Well done by Connor Krasik, who was able to step over that ball. Now, we talked about the amount of minutes that he was playing with Alvernia this year, but I think we got to talk about what he was able to do with the ball. Second on the team with 20 points. And 8 goals, tied for 6th most in the MAC Commonwealth in both of those categories this year. That was his junior year. As a sophomore, he set records for goals in a game with 4. Alvernia team 11-9-3. 4-3 conference play. They lost in the ECAC tournament to Rutgers Newark. ECAC tournament that is just a really good opportunity and chance for some programs who just miss out on the NCAA tournament, at least here on the East Coast, just to get a little bit of postseason experience, and those games do get pretty crazy. Just a chance to lift some silverware at the end of the year after missing out on the NCAA. Is a tournament that does definitely garner a lot of teams, but it's still very difficult to get into. D3 has a lot more teams than Division I. No foul there. Play continuing. Owen Slacks found it in some space in the center. Drew Nice closing in on him, and he wins the ball back. The freshman from East Stroudsburg, the D2 man, having his say. Slack pleading that the ball is his, and they're going to give it to Westchester. Dialed in here, Rich Robinson after the Chester. Slack finds it. Scorched into the center. And PA Classics, enough swarming to take it out of some danger. And Mellower with the jump kick. And he had the really good run in that first half as he nearly set up a really good attempt for Westchester in the dying moments of the first half. That was the best look that Westchester have had. Shot coming in, and it was Wahibe who was able to clear it off the line. Now Wahibe looking up into the sky to try and bring this one in. Chaz Wilson winning the race, looking forward to his fellow veteran, and Rich Robinson, who gets a little bit of a touch here. Robinson trying to find it, goes with his left foot and into the gut of Collins. Rich Robinson now with a few shots here tonight. You're talking about some guys who have been with this program for a bit. Rich Robinson is the attacker, but Chaz Wilson as well as the outside back. coaching over at Westchester Henderson, and actually coached a few players who are on this Westchester United squad. And Chaz Wilson played at a few different schools, starting at Delaware, but concluding over at Temple. 52 games played in his career with the Temple Owls, 14 goals, 109 shots. Half of those were on target. He was a master of the game, and he's still awfully fit. Booted up here, Amit Bogle calling off everybody, just underneath the feet of Drew Warren. Junior out of Ithaca College, New York. 36 starts in his career after becoming that starter in 2023. His first year, he had some limited action, but has become a really big asset to that team there in Division III. For Robinson, has Muhu behind him. And now Owen Slack trying to add a little bit of something here. Pushed into the center and intercepted. And Muhu is slow to get up. And now it's Kanais who sprints out. Back into the pathway of Krasik, who tries to turn and just floats off of him and out. Glimmer of the sun left here. Trying to shine in on these trees here in Westchester, PA. In late May. Battle of a couple of teams who have been unblemished so far in their very short seasons to this point. Robinson on the header. Wearing that captain's armband. Goes down. Booted towards Wilson. Able to take a good first touch on it. Out wide towards Brentlinger. Runs it in. Out of Middletown, Delaware. Flashed in. Headed out. Look at Luca Mellor, always knowing what spot to be in. Brentlinger will happily take this again. He delivers one into the box, just over the head of Slack. And now Wilson, just over the head of Muhu. It's nearly missing a few looks, Westchester, but does seem like they've been on the front foot in this second half. Krasik kept low on the ground. Looks to keep it here after the intervention, and Collins rips it away. Well, what a battle that was. Bennett Wahibe, who finished up a freshman year at Cornell, only battling. He didn't play this year there in Ithaca, but it was a Cornell team that went to the NCAA tournament even after losing to Princeton in the Ivy League semifinals this year. They went to the tournament. They beat Fordham 4-2 before losing to Pitt 1-0 in the second round, Cornell. Ohibe asking for it back. Now McAvoy, who's had the best chances of the game for PA Classics. Ohibe staying on his feet. Rolls back for Bennett. And nobody meeting him here. He now plays in Pittsburgh with Duquesne. Great facility, by the way, overlooking the river. Bennett was asking for it back. Instead, it was brought up forward. McAvoy saving the possession for PA Classics. And now McGillen looking over his shoulder on where he can take this. And Bogle out for a corner. Bogle frustrated with himself, but he made the interception and the stop where he needed to. And so PA Classics with the corner. .53 minutes gone. Low ball by Chiha. Switched over by Christie. And now Josh Collins. Oh, he was really pressured well. Ridge Robinson now needs to play his cards right, and he does. And it cannons Brentlinger up the right flank. And earns the foul. Well done by the Tiffin man. Now that Dragon side finished 14-6-1 this year, 12-2 in conference play. They went all the way to the semis in the Great Midwest Tournament. They lost to Kentucky Wesleyan, but they still went to the NCAA tournament. They beat Lewis, that's the Flyers, and ended up losing in the third round to Saginaw Valley State. Nothing has separated these two teams here, in case you're just tuning in. Just a few good chances by both sides, and that's been about it. Of course, substitutions may play their part as well tonight. Only one has been made so far. Ryan Kugler needed to come in. Or Sean Tanaka, who had gone down with a knock. About 10 minutes in. Uhibe. Looks like a decent ball, but it is Kanais who takes it with his gloves. Started 10 games this year with the Explorers. And goals against average of .86, which was a new program record. And program record instilled in at least a minimum amount of games played. He had to play a certain amount just to actually qualify for a record, and that's exactly what he did. And those 10 starts. Muhu now enters the penalty area. Goes with his left foot. Blocked away by Collins. Quick reaction time from the freshman out of West Virginia. Header by Wilson. He'll look back at this one. Krasik is his man in there. Wilson still might fancy one. Krasik, oh, he had one stolen by Drew Nice, who slipped in from behind. He's had a few underrated moments tonight, Drew Nice. It's gone in the second half. Free kick for Westchester. It's Owen Slack to reposition the ball. Five goals, 1 assist this season down the road at Westchester University. Tied for second on the team in points. Fizzled off the head of Sam Bennett. Bogle flashed it back into the noggin of Kugler. Now brought down. Krasik nearly tried to turn in. He's not allowed to here by Collins. Now comes the shot. Once again, Collins. It's Chase Collins in the right spot. Chase Collins at West Virginia. We mentioned he redshirted, but that's a really good team, West Virginia. They went 13-7 this year, 5-4 in Sun Belt play. Yeah, because again, how limited some of these conferences are with soccer. West Virginia is a part of the Sun Belt for men's soccer. They've been all over as well. But they won in the Sun Belt championship game against Marshall on penalties. I talk about just an emotion-filled game. Not only are you winning the conference, but the state of Virginia. As those two teams being the lone Division I teams in the state of West Virginia. Of course, Marshall ended up losing in the NCAA championship game to Vermont, which we had mentioned earlier. Start this game. West Virginia roots, they beat North Florida in the first round before losing to Virginia in the next game. McGillen has found this one again. He looks across in and had the attempt with his fellow LaSalle teammate. It's the side netting. McGillen can career looking for a junior season coming up. A lot of these for a bit. Been some Penn FC guys, but they will have grown through the youth academy, but still sticking around for NPSL play. We've just about played an hour. Oh, Krasik wasn't far away. Wilson. Now Bogle. Deep boot. Shouts for offside, but Owen Slack should be on here. Out of him. Back forward is Glennie. And for Wahibe. Wahibe knows he just got his hit wrong. Wilson. All of a sudden, speed's been injected into this game as Cohen Weaver takes it off of Wilson. Good contesting for this. Shouts for a foul on Muhu. Says the assistant referee. Throwing up the flag there. Still no score. It was a good frantic start to this game, or at least the second half, and has since slowed a little, but now there's just a little bit more going on here. Wilson able to avoid Wahibe. Was in the air, Drew Warren sent down. Now McGillen. Oh, McGillen cutting into his left side. Or Cole McAvoy on the overlap. McAvoy weaving through. He'll take one through again. Tino Canais making another big save. And each time he's been denying McAvoy of his opener. A corner kick for PA Classics. Let's see where this one heads into. Looks like Bogle got his head to it. Brought down into the center and taken to safety. But not out of the danger. And now it will be out of the danger, although it is saved. Levi Christie never gave up on the play. The freshman out of Drexel, who started 2 games this year in 8 total appearances. Flipped out. Throw for Westchester. That's a Drexel team that went 9-6-2 this year. Lost in a coastal tournament to UNC Wilmington. Classics have it. Chia needs to work his magic here as they switch fields back to the left side. Always a little bit of an option here. Good cutoff. Muhu. Idea was Robinson. He'll have to track back. Ohibe. Now Christie. Always keeping that eye forward. Welcomed in. McAvoy cutting in. Going across. Canais sticks out that left paw. And back towards midfield. Now Robinson always at least giving a bit of a challenge when the ball is sent to him. And Wilson hits the deck, holding that right knee. After the challenge and a foul against PA Classics. And so Wilson will have his teammates stand over him here. Including his fellow goaltender, Tino Canais, who just made some really nice saves, especially on Cole McAvoy. Bogle with the restart. Is able to at least get it to the penalty area. McGillen, watch out for the high boot there as it's rolled back for Bogle. And thumb out. A throw for Levi Christie, but instead we'll hand it off to his outside back in Wahibe. Now it's McGillen in support. Bennett rotates. 64 minutes gone. Oh, sun looks great tonight. The sky does. It's adding a little bit more ambiance to tonight's proceedings. Happy you're with us tonight. Still no score between Westchester and PA Classics. Both sides itching to break through and stay unblemished in their Keystone West seasons. Keystone West that has been controlled by Westchester. Slack is slow to get back to his feet. McAvoy showing his quick footing. Fizzles in another. Wilson comfortably back to his goaltender. Looks like Wilson seems to be just a little bit more up for it now. Owen Slack just trying to walk off that brief knock too. Nice out left. That's a really good ball, and Wilson under no pressure still delivers a great ball. And it's ahead of everybody. Well, some changes will be soon to come in. Looks like PA Classics may be the first to make them. And that will indeed be the case. And that will be the next stoppage. Back in here for Slack as he goes over the crossbar. All of a sudden found his right foot. Goal kick coming. And the change for PA Classics. And Breedeman come in. Cornell commit. And replaces Levi Christie.
Entering the match, number 22, Caden Bredeman, in the 67th minute.
Breedeman, the youngster, Conestoga Valley High School, we mentioned committing to Cornell. I'll see what he's able to add to this game. McAvoy's turned in and it's thumped off the defense of Westchester. And immediately he's involved here. Unable to get the goal, Breedeman. Well, he brings some good size, got some strength, got some speed. Toughness is another big part of his game too. And it hits. Yellow card, first of the game. Shown to Chris Glennie. As Westchester will get the restart just inside midfield. But the first caution of the game shown and to the center back out of State College, PA. Towards the other end, Muhu brought down with his... was trying to fizzle it back into the box here, which he does. Reacted too well. Robinson jumping up for it as he tumbles down. Goal kick after all of that. Both teams have now made one change in this game. So we'll see, of course, just how much longer Ridge Robinson will be able to run his race out there. Still looking for that goal. He lost his shoe in the process. 69th minute. No score between Westchester and PA Classics. Been an absolute pleasure to have you with us tonight. Not too many talking points this evening, just besides a few chances. And that's been about it. Good challenge made there. Breedeman has been involved since he's entered this game. That was Muhu who stuck out that left boot. Bennett, with no hesitation, finding Wahibe. Reaching out is Bogle. Well, Wahibe has maybe been the most important player of this game, just in the fact that he denied a chance for Westchester off the goal line, and that's been it. Robinson, there's Wilson, and he goes and wins the ball. Muhu now with the man behind him, tries the back flick. And Wilson tries to do the same, shouts for handball. And a trip up which sees Breedeman go down. And now a yellow is out for Wilson. And the referee is coming back to the referee, who will have just a few words to exchange.
You can't miss those.
So now both teams with a yellow card. As we'll see if emotions kick in just a little bit more here. And that's out towards the scorers table here. 20 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Still plenty of time for both of these two teams. But just 20 minutes remaining in this evening of this fascinating game, which has seen both teams take some chances. Westchester just trying to stay on the front foot. Muhu was in the edge of the box, and it's brought out. McAvoy. McAvoy's been one of the better players this evening, certainly for PA Classics. Oh, look at that ball all the way to Josh Collins. An excellent bit of vision by McAvoy. Collins looks to curl in, and Brentlinger stands his ground. I'll see if PA Classics try to get something deep in. Doesn't quite look like it. They just try to use a bit of pace as McAvoy's in the mix one more time. Mellor got involved. Ohibe looking to get back to it. Bennett is the first one to run into this. Shepherds it outright to McGillen. Low on the ground. This could be the opportunity. Nearly batted in. Able to stay away from a handball with that deflection. And a quick turnaround opportunity for PA Classics as they go again. Back for more. Collins with the right foot. And hits the screen. Now some desperate warming up by both squads now, and certainly expecting to see a handful of changes now. And some changes that could potentially change the outlook of tonight's affair. Robinson. Headed towards the sideline here, and out. And here comes a few swaps for Westchester. Zane Akhtar comes in, replacing Connor Krasik. And then August Axman is also onto the pitch. He replaces Owen Slack. August Axman also with a bit of defensive experience, and that replacement is put Luca Mellor a little bit further up the pitch, as he's going to try and add a little bit onto this here.
Chester subs, leaving the match, number 26, Connor Krasik. Entering the match, number 25, Zane Akhtar. Leaving the match, number 9, Owen Slack. Entering the match, number 7, substitution for PA Classics. Leaving the match, number 18, Chris McGillen. Entering the match, number 11,
conversation
Sammy Ames.
Between Coach Santangelo and the referee, which is what the brief stoppage is here. And things will resume. Tossed in. Now Wahibe. Good involvement by Mellor. Let's see what he's able to do now further up the pitch. That was very quick action. Oh, look at Muhu with the excellent bit of move and precision. Gonna try and chase this down as it enters towards the byline. And out for a Westchester throw. About 15 minutes remaining. Things picking up a little bit here as Jazz Wilson will take the throw. And now that center back pairing is Bogle and Axman for Westchester. Looks to float over top. Quickly fired towards Weaver, who does his job. New player in for PA Classics is Sammy Ames. See him wearing number 11. That's a corner kick. Christian McGillen replaced Sammy Ames, the Bloomsburg man. Two-time second-team All-PSAC East selection. Led the team with 4 assists as a senior. And helped lead the team to the 3rd NCAA tournament in history, including a win against Southern New Hampshire, which was their first tournament win. Headed back into the danger area, nearly poked in. Opportunity for Wilson! And he just got under it. And all of a sudden fell for him, and he knows he missed the chance. 13 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. An opportunity just gone by the wayside for the Predators as they look to try and get another. Ames going up against Wilson. Now a couple number 11s there. Drew Warren. Mellor looking for the pass, finding Kugler. Mellor tripped up here, play continuing. And now Ames looks to go the other way. A lot of shouts on that Westchester bench for Pembley, and instead Classics with their chance. McAvoy, support for Ames. He's got a little bit of space to look over the shoulder for next. Now Glennie, as Westchester pushing them back a little bit more. Akhtar, sophomore out of Drexel. For Nice. Dropping back Chihut. Bennett, low on the ground for Ames. Good build-up play now for PA Classics. Oh, Wahibe doing something there. Oh, excellent ball. And shielded away. August Axman doing awfully well. And Kanice rolls it out. A little bit more added onto this here. Now you're sensing a bit of urgency for both of these two squads. Should be a corner, but no. PA Classics bound with the foul call. Akhtar was racing back to it. Akhtar didn't play his freshman season with Drexel, but this year appeared in 8. Include a career-high 17 minutes in a 5-0 win at UMBC. August Axman is just the man back there. Axman, being a member of this Westchester team the last few years, was formerly a Philly Lone Star man. And opted to go to this area of PA. '80th minute, no score. Now you're seeing the talent level for all of these players out there tonight, but just nobody quite able to tickle the twine yet. Look at Mellor has stepped on. And Ames receives the yellow. Not too long and just coming into this game. 12 goals that Ames scored in his Bloomsburg career. 2022 was his best season where he scored 7 goals and 16 points. Played over 3,600 minutes in his career. Really, really talented player, and you're seeing the pace he's got out there. An excellent build-up play that he's able to add to the fray. Now this is Mellor. Oh, he's really adding another option up top for Westchester. Really well this entire game, but now he's got some energy that he's trying to add into it. Energy that he had saved by defending. Frustration by Warren. He just missed a good pass towards his teammate. Still no score. PA Classics and Westchester United. Battle of Pennsylvania. As really is the case for the entire Keystone West. Will either one of these two teams get the breakthrough that they've been looking for? Dangerous moment there, but everybody seems to be okay. Ridge Robinson on the tail of Wahibe, and Wahibe able to direct himself out of some trouble. Collins over towards Wilson. And McAvoy, just keeping it in play. One to keep playing on it. Beautiful turn by Breedeman. And the ball as they switch over towards the left for Collins. Look at Brettlinger continuing to work hard tonight. Forcing the throw. Collins disposes of that one. Looks like they call it last touch off of Westchester. Axman on the header. Or try with this again. PA Classics have been able to get a couple really nice opportunities this evening. Tino Kanice has done awfully well. And just seeing his confidence grow and grow and grow. And that's what his gameplay had done at LaSalle after redshirting as a sophomore. He had 8 starts as a freshman, then redshirted, and now this year with the 10 games. And we mentioned the goals against average. and surely is the front runner for starting goaltender this year with the Explorers. Muhu sticking with it. Looks to look in at this one and flashes off of his shoe and out. 84th minute. Still no difference between these two teams. No score. Wilson hit from behind by Ames. Remember, is already on a yellow. Does have to just keep that in mind. A really important set piece coming up for Westchester. Amit Bogle will sprint it. He's got a little bit to height to him at 6'2". That may be one of the chances. And Sam Bennett, they're going to look to his head as well defensively. Muhu with the left boot into the mix. Sure enough, Bogle was maybe one of the top looks. Is that a corner? It indeed is. As Westchester will traipse over. Player slow to get up for PA Classics is Drew Nice. He's back to his feet, and now Zane Akhtar will think about this corner kick. Five to go, plus stoppage time. Deep into the sky here, headed in by Mellor, nearly turned in by Axman, and leaping is Collins. And he'll clear his lines. Another really tough chance for Westchester. I could arguably say that they've had the more frequent looks, but still haven't been bat one in. Bogle had his arm tight to the body, so no handball there. Even though there was maybe a shout off the elbow. 4 minutes plus stoppage time left. Happy you've been with us tonight on a night that is not quite yet concluded. Well, not too many stoppages either, so we'll see just how much is added on. Foul going against Westchester. PA Classics claim. And stalemate to this point. Now you're kind of in this territory of one goal could really prove to be the winner. Lord. Akhtar had the last deflection. PA Classics next up to it. Well, just a few notes to add to the diary. Coming up next for PA Classics Wednesday, they play against Hershey. That'll be a 7 o'clock game. And Westchester, their next game, Electric City, on Saturday, May 31st. That's going to be the University of Scranton. That's what's coming up next. But the reverse fixture between these two teams, well, you got to go, once again, fairly late in the season. Only the last game of the regular season for Westchester, but the second to last for PA Classics, July 2nd. That'll be played over at Spooky Nook Sports Lancaster. About 2 to go. Muhu takes the ball back. Bringing some players with him. Chaz Wilson asking for it. Wilson unable to turn it in as Breedeman came across. And this may be the chance that Westchester were looking for. And PA Classics can't believe that Well, the call goes against them. They had thought that it was their ball. So now Westchester with the chance off the set piece, potentially here. And so a conversation going on. Just about a minute to go, plus stoppage time. Really entering into some of the final kicks of this match. Muhu standing over this. Gonna need to deliver the best that he's put in tonight. Indeed, he does take one through. Had a little bit of dip to it. Mellor back into the box. Looks for Wilson, just out of his reach. Well, he's the left back tonight, but some of the best chances have come from Wilson, or at least best positioning. He's an attacker by nature, isn't he? As we've reached the 90th minute. And neither team has broken through yet. Taken down here.
As indicated,
Muhu.
there will be at least 3 added minutes.
3 added minutes here. Kind of suspected it wouldn't be too much. Once again, Westchester with the set piece. And this will be theirs to try and take. And once again, try to fizzle it into the box. Looks pretty decent. Hit off a couple of Westchester heads. Nearly landing in. Header coming through. Collins rips it. And now PA Classics maybe with a say of their own. With the final moments ticking in. Help. Mellor. Muhu. Ridge Robinson with his arm up across the pitch. Big challenge between Bennett and Mellor. And this time it goes way of PA Classics. Oh, this brings up Chase Collins, the goaltender. Try and take this just about as deep as he can go. See what comes off of this right foot. Backspin on it. Ames leaps up. Axman even taller. Pregame flashed over towards the right side. Wilson looking to keep McAvoy away from it, and he does successfully. It's a throw in for Westchester. And that concludes tonight's stalemates between the two sides. Last 2 battles between the two teams have ended in draws. There were certainly some changes and some chances for both of these two sides. But in the end, no goals between PA Classics and Westchester. The goaltenders doing their thing this evening. Chase Collins making some saves. Tino Canais stopping a lot of good looks that Cole McAvoy was able to receive too. And of course, maybe one of the biggest moments of the game, not long before halftime, a goal line clearance by Bennett Wahibe kept things scoreless, and that is how it stayed through the entirety of the evening. But that will conclude it for us here tonight at Kildare's Turf Field in Westchester, PA. Shout out to our great crew working on this one tonight. I'm Christian Taylor saying so long. Final score, Westchester 0, PA Classics 0. We'll see you next time, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your night.